Hello, my name is Dr. Premadasa and welcome to BALG100. And this is business algebra and this is different from almost all algebra courses that you have done maybe so far because this is a project-based algebra course and it is very important that you watch this video and follow my instructions because that will get you started on the project, and getting started on the project is of utmost importance for this course. Now, the project that we have actually has one main project and two mini projects. The main project is called functions everywhere, and the two mini projects are distance formula and odd and even functions. Let's get started with functions everywhere. Now, in this project, what I have done is I have given several business scenarios, and for the majority of them, I am asking you to come up with equations. Okay, and then using equations you will answer different questions in mathematics, right, in algebra, that you are required to know as the competencies of this course. So let's start with the project. Now the project has several assignments. The very first assignment is actually setting up functions from modeling and modeling from concepts. So here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the content area of your D12, go to project functions everywhere, and then I open that. I get a number of these things. So I go up here, project details, setting up functions and modeling from concepts. So let's click on that. Now it is very important, this is really important, that you do this assignment first and submit your answers, and your answers will have a number of equations in them, and I will create that. And once I verify that all the equations are correct, only then should you move on to the rest of the assignments. See, the rest of the assignments are based on these equations. So if you get these equations incorrect, then that will affect the accuracy of the rest of the assignments, and you will get a bad grade for the rest of the assignments, definitely, if you get those equations incorrect. So once again, submit this assignment and wait for my feedback, and before you do attempt the rest of the assignments. So the idea is, this is the assignment in which we introduce you to the business scenarios. So if you go to project details, setting up functions and modeling from concepts, you will see a link called mathematical business scenarios. Well, let's click on that. And then it will give you a Word file, and when you open the Word file, you will see a number of scenarios. Okay. Now, let's take the first scenario. You say it actually gives a table. On the left hand side you have the weight in carats of diamonds, on the right hand side you have price. So for different weights you have different prices. So when the weight is 0.5, the price is 1340. The weight is 0.6, the price is 1760. This is actually how data appears in nature. Data does not appear in nature as equations. So you should be able to model a table like this into an equation. Now such tables appear in 1, 2, scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4, and scenario 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. These tables appear. Now what you need to do is to use Microsoft Excel or some spreadsheet to model this into an equation. What do you mean by modeling? Modeling is actually the process of converting a real-life scenario into a mathematical equation. And why do we need a mathematical equation? Well, now if you look at this first scenario again, now if somebody wants to know what would be the price of a diamond which is 1.2 carats. Now you see that the table has only up to 1.0. There is no 1.2 carats or 1.4 or 1.6. So if you want to find the price of that, this table is not enough. You need to create an equation in y and x, and then if you want to find the price for 1.2, you plug in 1.2 for x. All right. So And on the same time, suppose you want to find the price for a carat which is of 0.65 weights. So 0.65 carats weight. Now 0.6 is there, 0.7 is there, but not 0.65. So if you want to find the price for 0.65 carat weight diamond, you need an equation once again, and then you can plug in x equals 0.65. On the other hand, if somebody asked a different question, what would be the weight of a diamond priced as $3,000? Now 3,000 is not here. 2,540 is here, 3,350 is here, so 3,000 is not here. So how do you find the appropriate weight? Again, you need an equation and solve for x. So the equation is very important to make prediction and do analysis about a data set that you have. All right, so now how do we, so for 1, 2, once again, for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8, you need to convert this data set or model this data set into equations using Excel. And then if you look at scenarios 5 and 6 and 9, 5, 6, and 9, for those scenarios, right, there are no data sets given. But still, there's information given in words and in numbers to help you model the situation into equations. And such modeling, I call them modeling from concepts. So modeling from data for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8, and the modeling from concepts to 5, 6, and 9. So the first, now before I do, if you look at 7 and 10 and 11 and 12, for those scenarios, the equations are already given. So for the first assignment, for those four, you don't need to do anything. So really, basically, the first assignment is about creating equations for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 using Excel, and 5, 6, 9 using concepts. Now, one, please create those equations, and then once you create the equations, submit the Excel worksheets and the work showing how you created those equations from concepts, and then I will verify whether those equations are correct and give you feedback. And once you get all the equations correct, then you can move on to the rest of the assignment. But now, how do we actually get these equations correct? Now, what you do is, right, you want some learning resources, or you want some practice videos or learning concepts. So there are several places you can get these learning resources, but one place is you go back to your project, this is your main project, and under you click on learning resources. And then you will see a number of learning resources. Now, if you look at this learning resource called polynomial function and attributes, in the third video of that, okay, you have thing fitting functions to data. Now that is the video that you will need to see how to fit data into Excel. But before you watch that video, please watch the first two videos, because otherwise you will not be able to fit the data correctly. So once you watch these videos, right, you should be able to actually to go ahead and fit the data into an equation and come up with the equations for scenarios 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. Now, what about scenarios 5, 6, 9? Well, actually, if you go to modeling and optimizing certain quadratic functions, right, and these three videos can really help you to nail the scenarios 5, 6, and 9 and come up with the equations. Now, after you do assignment 1, you can go to the other assignments which are based on these equations, and then you can see I have videos for literally every assignment that you will do. So for example, there's an assignment where once you get the equation, and for those equations which are quadratic, how to find the dominant range. And for those ones, right, for those for that particular assignment, this video will probably help. And the final the assignment, which is on polynomial division Uh, and for that one, you will need a bunch of videos, zeros of polynomial functions. And please watch these videos carefully because you will need all of them for that final assignment. And then you can see that there are videos for other assignments too. So once again, submit assignment 1, get the equations right, and then move on to the other assignments. And the resources are here. All right, so I hope you have a great time with this projecting, right? And and I wish you the very best with this very unique business algebra course that we created so that it connects mathematics to the algebra scenarios in real life. Thank you and good luck.